and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole and I am a part-time reseller on Poshmark, and today I'm here with the top winter, ski, and snow wear categories for this year for men's and women's. These are all the top trends and brands that you should be looking for in different things. There's jackets, there's, all these different things on this list that are really important that you should be definitely trying to source and sell in your closets. So hopefully you find this video interesting, and make sure that you're subscribed so you never miss a future video that I do here on this channel. So real quick before we get started, this was actually pushed out to us on the Poshmark blog. So if you're not already following the Poshmark blog or you're not getting the emails that they send out, they do send out a lot of helpful tips and tricks and things like this that are really just helpful to know. So I definitely recommend keeping up with it and, making sure that you're on the emails and things like that, because you're going to find some really, really great helpful information out on there. Okay, so let's start with the women's category. So the first one on the list is the North Face puffer jackets. So this should be no surprise because the North Face is a very well-known, trusted brand, and I personally love it. I have a couple of the Denali jackets myself, and I just love them, and they're like my go-to. I wear them every year, and the North Face just has really good quality things as well. So this should not be much of a surprise to anyone. They are an iconic style that is just a go-to for performance or style or anything in between. Okay, the next one that should be no surprise to a lot of people are UGG boots. I actually just sold a pair of UGG the other day, and I know they're selling fast for a lot of people. I've been selling like a couple pairs this year so far that I had listed, and they are just a trend that, never really goes away. People always love their UGGs, and people are always going to be buying them. So I highly recommend getting them in your closet if you haven't already, or definitely trying to look out for them. They're hard to find sometimes, but when you do find them, definitely get them listed. Even if they're in, not so perfect condition, you can still sell them and they will still sell for quite a decent amount. And honestly, there's so many different style Uggs that you can get the platform Uggs, you can get the ultra mini Uggs, you can get the higher styles. There's so many different styles that are up to date and trendy, but the older styles are still selling well. Okay, so let's move into some activewear. So Alo Yoga activewear and Lululemon activewear are really, really trendy this season. So people always love their activewear no matter what time of year it is, but even more so in the winter when they can cozy up in, some leggings and some outerwear. So highly recommend looking and sourcing for those if you can. I talked in a recent video about how I don't really try and source Lululemon anymore, but I have never found Alo Yoga, and I don't know if I ever will, but I will definitely be looking out for it. If you have either of these two brands, I would definitely get them listed and make sure they're tagged with the brands so they will sell faster. Okay, the next one is Salomon. The next one is Salomon XTX. The next one is Salomon XT6 sneakers. So these I'm actually really not familiar with at all, and the amount of times it took me to record that word in that sentence was quite a bit of times. So I'm not really familiar with this brand. I don't know if any of you are, but this one's new for me. They seem to be an all-terrain sneakers, so they seem like they're great for the winter time. So definitely, make sure you get these if you can and get them listed because they are selling really fast. Okay, the next one that should be of no surprise to anyone because they're very well known is Patagonia Chinchilla pullovers. So I actually sold a Patagonia sweater this season. It was a quarter zip, and I had that listed for almost a year, but I think, that brand is coming back up. Everyone loves a Patagonia. They're really well made, and they're good quality, and they're nice and warm. So I highly recommend listing Patagonia if you have it. They are hard to find and they are really expensive to begin with, so they're a great flip. Okay, let's move into the men's categories. So the first category is snowboarding and ski goggles. So this one should be no surprise because it is ski and snowboard season, but these are trending, which I never really thought to sell these kind of things on Poshmark, but I mean, hey, if they're gonna sell and people are looking for them, it's great to get them secondhand, especially if they're new in box or something like that. So definitely get those listed if you have any that you can, and if you find any in the thrift stores, if you search for things that are not necessarily just clothing, you might be able to really sell these well if they're in good condition. Okay, and just like for women, the North Face puffer jackets are trending for men as well. So again, they're a staple. They are a staple no matter, if they're men's, women's, anything, even kids. They are just a staple overall, and people love the brand, and their puffer jackets are definitely going to keep you nice and warm this season, so highly recommend sourcing those if you can. Okay, the next one is Arc'teryx coats and jackets. So this is a brand and category that I'm not really familiar with myself. It seems like they have a very minimalist design and they're good for, you know, no matter what you're doing, and they're stylish. So I guess that's a great thing to definitely find and source if you can and get listed. They are definitely something that people are looking for in the men's categories. Okay, the next one is Carhartt beanies. So this Carhartt is a very popular and trendy brand, and also beanies are great for the winter. Like, everyone just loves to throw on a beanie and go. I argue that beanies are also great for women as well, because hey, we all know on that day that you really don't want to wash your hair but you want to extend the life, just throw on a beanie and go. So I think beanies are great for anyone, and I think, you know, they're such a staple piece and they definitely keep you warm in the wintertime, so I think they're a great find. And same thing with women's, the Patagonia Cinchilla pullovers are also popular for the men's categories as well. Same thing with the North Face. I think it's just a brand that is really well known and very popular and is really good quality. So I think it's a staple no matter if you're men's or women's. So definitely find those if you can and get those listed. So the thing about these brands and categories on this list are just that they embody the ultimate mix of cozy and comfort and style and, you know, perfect for the all terrain. And I think that's what's really great, because there's a lot of flexibility with a lot of these categories and brands, and I think you have a lot of flexibility. And honestly, I think if you find anything in these categories or brands, then you're pretty much set and you'll get those listed and they'll sell really fast. Like I said, I've been selling a lot of Uggs this year. I've already sold a Patagonia, and I think those are the only two on this list that I actually had from, but again, I can attest that those are selling really well. So if you have any of these pieces in your closet, maybe try and get them relisted, maybe use the style tags, and make sure that the brand or category is in the title, the description, and the style tags, and I think that will help sell these items a lot faster. These are things that people are looking for this season, so you definitely want to make sure you're getting them listed sooner rather than later, so you have the best chance of selling them before people are not really thinking about winter gear anymore. Okay, so hopefully you found this video interesting and helpful, and hopefully you learned something from this, and make sure you save this video so you can use it as a reference when you're at the thrift store the next time. And if you have anything that you have found is selling really fast for you this season, comment that down below, because that might help somebody else out who's really looking for something to find that's going to help, you know, have a fast flip for them. I know I always am looking for things that are going to sell fast, because I'm just trying to like get rid of things. I'm not trying to hold on to them that long. So if you have anything that you recommend to people, definitely comment that down below, and maybe it'll help somebody else out who's at the thrift store and doesn't really know where to begin to pick things up. If you want to see another video on features that you should be using on Poshmark, you can click right here. And if you want to see another video on maybe some reasons why your listings aren't selling and what you can do to fix those, you can click right here. But until next time, I will see you then.